Hi, I'm Jack Newcastle, coming to you again from the Space Age Labs of Newcastle Language Systems, providers of first-class service in second language acquisition. We offer classes in conversational English, business English, and we can also help you prepare for that TOEFL, TOEIC, or IELTS test you may need to take. Basically, we're here for all your second language needs. And welcome to our lesson on the pronunciation of E and I in General American English. For students wishing to learn what we at Newcastle Language Systems call International English, a simplified accent we designed for learners working in an international market or for a multinational corporation, we'll have a series of videos on that accent posted soon. Again, this is for General American English. Now, if you haven't watched our video introductions for the color-coded system and the 5 front vowels, you really need to do that first, because those videos will explain the basic concepts you need in order to understand this lesson. So again, please watch those videos first. Alright, so we're going to begin with the E sound that we produce in the word green. And this E sound is one of the most common sounds in the world's languages. Many languages have it, if not most of them, and so it is rarely a problem for English learners. However, there is a sound that is closely related to E, and that is it, which is not common in the world's languages. And so many English learners find it difficult to produce. And they often replace the I sound with the E sound, and that could lead to confusion. So the first thing you need to know about the pair is that E and I are both front unrounded vowels, meaning that the tongue is pushed forward in the mouth to produce them while the lips remain flat. So don't do this. E, E, E. None of that. We don't want that. No front rounded vowels in English. Back rounded vowels, yes. We have those. Oo, O, vowels like that. Those are from the back of the mouth. Front, no. Some languages have this. We don't want them in English. We don't have them in English, so don't do it. I mean, just don't do it. I mean, I'm warning you. I'm really warning you. Just don't do it. Are you going to do it? I see you doing it. I see someone's doing it. Stop doing it. All right. I think it was a Swedish person doing it. All right. Now the first sound, E, is produced in an area that we call zone 1, as that's the highest position the tongue can be placed to produce a sound. Any higher and you won't be able to breathe. E. See what I mean? Don't choke. We don't want anybody choking here in this lesson. So E is high. I think many of you know already where it is. Now, the first thing I want you to do here, though, is to take your fingers and place them gently, don't push, place them gently along the inside of your jaw, right here, and now say E, E. Do you feel your muscles getting tighter? Are they pushing your fingers away from your jaw as you say E? I'm sure they are, and if they're not, then you're either in the wrong place or you better see a doctor because you might be missing some muscles that everybody else has. Okay, so the next thing I want you to do is think about where your tongue is when you say E. Close your eyes and really concentrate. Try to see in your mind where your tongue is placed in your mouth, where and how it's positioned. Because if you have it in your mind, then we can try it a few times, but you have to have it in your mind, okay? So get it in there. Your tongue is going to be up here, think. And ready, we're going to say E, E, E. In your mind, do you see the back of your tongue raised high and pushed forward? You need to, because in order to successfully add new sounds to our set of speaking skills, we need to really be aware of our lips and tongue and all the muscles we use to speak in the same way that musicians and athletes know everything about their fingers and hands and legs. Musicians and athletes, if you think about it, they know every muscle in their body, or the ones that they use for their sport or for their instrument, right? And they know how to move them around, right? They're really aware of them. You have to be too for learning a new accent. So now thinking about all of these muscles involved in speech, I want you to place your fingers on your jaw and try it again. Concentrate. And fingers on jaw. Ready? E, E. Can you feel the tension here? Can you see it up here? If so, let's try a few words. Fingers on those jaw muscles as always. I have a little itch. I got it. Fingers on those, sometimes you just got to scratch, you know, I don't know, you got to scratch. So, fingers on those jaw muscles, concentrate and repeat. The words will be on the screen. Ready? Eat, 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 and beat, 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 and keep, keep, keep. Do your jaw muscles tighten, pushing your fingers away? Can you imagine the position of your tongue with its back raised high and pushed forward? Again, that's important. Because again, you will need to do that before we work on the I sound. Because if you know what your muscles are doing and where your tongue is when you say E, you will know the one place it shouldn't be when you say I. And let's take a look at that now. To produce the I sound, the sound we hear in tin, you know, like a tin can, we have to slightly, very slightly, lower the back of the tongue from the E sound of zone 1 to the area called zone 2. And here again, I want you to place your fingers along the inside of your jaw. Again, lightly, don't push, because I want you to see that when we produce the I sound, there will be very little tension in the jaw muscles. And this is why it is called a lax vowel, because the muscles are relaxed and they produce hardly any tension at all. So remember, we're going to start with the E sound, where you will feel muscle tension, and then slightly lower the back of the tongue to produce I. Are you ready? Fingers on jaw. E, I. E, I. Keep it going. Tongue higher, E. Feel the tension, and then lower the tongue to I. I. No tension. A few more times. E, I. E, I. If you think you got it, we could try out two colors. Green and tin. Ready? Green, tin, green, tin. Here it helps to think of your tongue walking up and down a staircase. Green, tin, green, tin. Okay? You're going to go up for green, right? Green, down for tin. Ready? Green, tin, zone 1, zone 2, tensed, relaxed, tensed, relaxed. Now, the one other thing you don't want to do for the I sound is to position the back of your tongue too far down, because then you will be in zone 3, and that's going to produce the A sound of grape. E, I, A. And we don't want that. Not in this lesson. Again, just E, I. Zone 1, zone 2. Got it? Great. Now we could try some other words. And the words we're going to produce here are called minimal pairs. And they are called minimal pairs because they sound exactly the same except for one sound. And here that sound will either be E or I. So in our first pair, beat and bit, the B and T sounds begin and end both words. But the sound in the middle is different. One is E and one is I. So let's place our fingers on our jaw again and say the two. Ready? Beat, bit. Beat, bit. Beat, bit. You should feel the muscles relax on that second word. Beat, bit. Tense, relaxed. Now don't be confused if you still feel a little movement of those jaw muscles when you say the second word, bit, because that's really coming from the B sound at the beginning of the word. You're bringing your lips together to produce the B sound, and of course there's going to be some movement and tension as the lips come together. We have all those muscles that we're moving. So there's a little tension there, but certainly not as much as when you say beat, when the muscles really push out on your fingers. Also, don't worry if you can't hear the difference right now. That's not our goal at this moment. That'll come later. Right now, you're just trying to learn where your tongue needs to be and feel the tension in your muscles. Okay, so how about another pair of words? This time, peek and peck. Fingers on jaw. Think about your tongue. Ready? Peek, pick, peek, pick. Keep going. Tensed, relaxed. Zone 1, zone 2, peek, pick. If you feel you're not able to produce the I sound right away, don't worry. Adding the sounds of a second language is always difficult for adults. We acquire the sounds of our native language as children, and for the rest of our lives, the brain interprets all foreign sounds as something close to the ones we know. This is what makes it difficult to reprogram our brains and retrain our muscles. I can't lie to you, it takes a lot of work, but I have had many students who through dedication and concentration have been able to retrain their tongue and all of their muscles, and they now correctly produce the I sound. So I'm sure you can do it too. Okay, now that you have the basics of I, green tin, you can watch the exercise video and practice by yourself. And I must stress that even if you believe you already know how to produce the E sound of green, be sure to work through the green exercise with your hands on your jaw muscles while thinking about the position of your tongue. Again, in this way, when you begin to practice the I sound, the second sound, you will know where your tongue shouldn't be and that you shouldn't be feeling any tension in those jaw muscles. Of course, if you feel you still need some help after working through the exercises, what can you do? That's right, schedule pronunciation lessons with us at newcastlels.com. As I said, aside from accent addition classes, we offer lessons in conversational and business English, and we can also help you prepare for those TOEFL, TOEIC, and IELTS examinations you may need to take. Of course, all our lessons are taught by highly qualified educators, many of them with master's and even doctoral degrees in fields such as language, linguistics, and education. Lessons can be one-on-one if you like, but we can also provide group lessons, so if you have some friends or colleagues who would like to join you, we can accommodate up to how many students? 3, all for the price of 1. And of course, this is going to save you some money, some cash, some scratch, some moolah, some bread, some dough. So, we hope to see you in class sometime, but in the meantime, good luck with your English studies, and remember that staircase. E, I, E, I, E, I, E, I. Be seeing you.